Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I thought, especially after it's getting a little bit towards the mid-November now, that I would bring back paper talk. Those of you that have been around here a while now will know that this is something that I do in the build-up to a window, during the window, and it's just something we need to start doing now as we're getting closer and closer to that January date. We're going to start seeing a few more reliable rumours. Doesn't necessarily mean that Liverpool are going to sign anybody, but it's going to start seeing some stuff that comes out. Let me know down below in the comments, guys, what you think on every rumour that I talk about today. Hit that like button, and if you do enjoy this content, guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So the first one we've got to get to, guys, is the Trent Alexander-Arnold and Barcelona deal. Apparently, Football 365 are saying that Barca have pulled out of the running to sign Trent because of Lamine Yamal. Basically, something along the lines of here saying that the player wants someone who's got a bit more security and someone who's a bit more of an ideal complement to that player down the right-hand side. And it explains while Jules Koundé defensive solidarity and combined with his ability to contribute in attack has been that perfect foil for the player. I think that's a load of bollocks, guys, in all fairness. I think if Trent's going anywhere in Spain, it's going to be Real Madrid, isn't it? It's not going to be Barcelona. Let's be honest with ourselves right now. The one thing you can see on screen right now is some quotes from what's his name again here? Let me just find his name. He's a scout. He's a former scout for United, Tottenham, and Aston Villa, Mick Brown, basically. And he goes on to say that Liverpool will know now whether or not he's going. And if he's definitely going, they might feel they can bring a bit of money in for him in January and bite the bullet rather than letting him go for free. This is something that some Liverpool fans may need to get their head around a little bit, in all fairness, because I kind of agree, guys. Like, we run the risk of letting, I've said it before, 350, 400 million walking out of the door for nothing. If it gets to January and you can get 40, 50 million for Trent, are you taking it, guys? Like, I want you to answer that question seriously down below. Would you take that money for Trent in January? He goes on to continue to say that they don't want to lose him because he's an important player and he's a local boy and everything, but they have to be realistic. And if they're going to lose him anyway, why not make some money? I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them cut their losses and take what they can. That money can then be reinvested elsewhere if they want to strengthen the squad. Liverpool aren't flushed with money like Chelsea, for example. So if they can make some good money from his sale, it will be an interesting decision. Like, I want Trent to stay, guys. I want all three of these players to sign a contract. I really do. But if we know that Trent does not want to stay and he doesn't want to be there, I kind of agree. You got to bite the bullet. I kind of do, guys. Let me know down below what you think on that. The next one we've got to talk about here, guys, is I've seen this doing the rounds for over the past few days, and I've not touched on it. But here we go. It's in the Sunday one, so we'll do it now. Aurelien Tchouameni. It says here on Team Talk, of all places, that Liverpool are gaining confidence that a deal for Tchouameni can be done in the January transfer window. The Reds were beaten to his signature by Real Madrid in the summer of 2022. I think Liverpool were pretty close to signing this kid that summer, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think if Madrid had not come in, he'd have come to us. And while he has won 7 major honours at the Bernabeu, the move is threatening to turn sour, with the player's ability seemingly being questioned by Carlo Ancelotti, and with his own supporters whistling and jeering the midfielder during their midweek Champions League defeat to AC Milan. Florentino Perez naming his price for a deal, the Reds are understood to have told Slot that the money is there to sign the right player if he wants it. And amid claims that Tchouameni himself has also given the green light for the move. It says here that earlier this week it emerged that another midfield option has presented itself to Liverpool, and they've been offered a swap deal by AC Milan involving Chiesa in exchange for one of their most versatile midfielders. I don't see that happening, do you guys? I have to wait and see with that one. But going back to Tchouameni, I liked this player when Liverpool went in for him. He's a bit more of a destroying number 6. As I mentioned yesterday in my match reaction, if you've not watched it, guys, go give it a watch. I do think that a player who comes in this number 6 role is going to have to fight for their position from Ryan Gravenberch. It's good to have someone come in for a bit of competition for him. Maybe it pushes him that little bit further. But, you know, we've got Wataru Endo right now. So I only really see us signing someone of a Tchouameni, a Zubamendi, whoever it is, if we move on Endo. Because right now, we just don't need them. Maybe when it gets to the summer, you reevaluate what you've got. But right now, we're not doing too bad with what we've got. But I guess a player of Tchouameni's ability doesn't come up all that often. So if you can get him for like 40, 50 million, then I'd bite the hand off for that. I really would, guys. What's the next one we've got to do? So I have spoke about this lad a fair few times already, and it's Omar Marmoush. Now, this one is it Fitches over in Spain? Now, I've translated this from Spanish into English, guys, so if it doesn't sound too right, that's the reason why. But basically, this goes on to say that Eintracht Frankfurt's Egyptian player Omar Marmoush has burst onto the European scene this season, arousing the interest of big teams such as Liverpool. At just 25 years old, Marmoush has established himself as an offensive pillar in the German team, surprising with a record of 13 goals and 9 assists at the start of the season, which has put him under the radar of several important clubs. Liverpool, in particular, are closely monitoring the player and do not rule out making an important offer to ensure his signature. Since his arrival in Frankfurt, Marmoush has shown remarkable growth, establishing himself as a complete and dynamic striker. And that's the main thing here. This guy is a number 9, right? He's a number 9, guys. He can play across the front three. We've spoke about this guy in a breakdown. This is a breakout year for him. Like this, what is happening this year for him is not a regular occurrence. Some people could say it's a one-season wonder. You know, we've seen that with our own players that have gone on to be consistent. But yeah, he's a number 9. So just bear that in mind when, you know, you see these things going around. His effectiveness in front of goal and his vision of the game in the last meters have made him a key piece in Frankfurt's offense, which benefits from his ability to adapt to different attacking positions. His versatility and ability to generate chances have been decisive factors in his rapid rise. Liverpool sporting management, led by Arne Slot, recognises the potential of the Egyptian striker and believes he could bring a new dimension to the team. Marmoush's intensity would fit the style of the Premier League, and the English club will be willing to present an offer close to 70 million euros, which I think is, 65 million pounds. This figure, significant in the current market, reflects Liverpool's assessment of the player's future and his ability to perform at the highest level in England. Frankfurt, aware of the value of their star, will have to decide whether to accept a potential exit in January. The figure offered could represent a significant gain, although the loss of Marmoush would pose a challenge for the club in search for a replacement who can maintain the level of offensive impact. Bloody hell, can't even speak today, guys. So, Marmoush, we've spoke about him a couple of times on here, as I've said just now. It's a breakout year for him. You're only signing him, for me, in my opinion, if 1, you know you're losing Salah, 2, you're moving on Jota, or Chiesa's being moved on. Someone needs to move on for this lad to come in. Otherwise, it does not make sense. You would have Diaz, Gakpo, Nunes, Jota, Salah, Chiesa, 6. And you're going to go buy another one, which is 7. And you've also got Ben Doak out on loan, which Arne Slot seems to like a lot. So that'd give you 8 options for 3 positions. No, guys. This lad only gets signed if someone moves on, in my opinion. And I think, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me just have a quick look again. Is there anything else? The only thing here, apparently, is that City are looking at signing Zubamendi. Apparently, with Kovacic filling in for Rodri, who sustained the injury that ended his season. They need somebody to come in and do it. Zubamendi has made 15 appearances for Real Sociedad this season. He spent his whole career there. We know this, yada, yada, yada. Guardiola is understood to be a big fan of the midfielder, and the opportunity to work under the legendary boss is seen as a key draw for Zubamendi. I don't know. You know, Pep's contract expires at the end of the season, so for all we know, he may not even be there next year. So why would City go out and buy a player that may not be needed by the new manager. I don't know, guys. But yeah, I'd just keep an eye out for Zubimendi, see if anything pops up with Liverpool again. I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe not in January, but potentially for the summer next year. But that's it, guys. Let me know down below your thoughts on all the players that we've just discussed on this video. And the question of the video for me, I think it was, I can't remember what it was now, is Tchouameni and Trent, sorry. Trent, would you take money for Trent in January? And do you think there's anything in the Tchouameni stuff, guys? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.